Yo, what is up guys, it's Pedro here, and in today's video I'll be giving you guys a Washington Commanders trade deadline update, going over who I think they could trade for, maybe some players they'll trade away, and also some trade targets. If you guys are new, make sure to subscribe, hit that like button and that notification bell as well. We're less than 200 subscribers away from 14,000. I'll be doing a giveaway at 14 and 15k, so go ahead and do it. It's free, takes 1 second, means a lot to me. And do all that good stuff, like and notification bell, and comment down below your top 3 trade targets, and I want to see a lot of discussions in the comment section. So tomorrow is trade deadline. It's a big day tomorrow in the US. You got the trade deadline, got the election. Go out there and vote whatever you want, whoever you want to vote for, but just go out and vote. But yeah, it's a big day tomorrow. The trade deadline is at 5 p.m. Eastern time, I believe. I think there'll be some moves made today. I'm not necessarily saying for the Commanders, but there will be some moves made today. And then also tomorrow, early on in the day, I think there'll be a lot of moves as well. I think the Commanders will make some moves. I think they need to add to their cornerback position. They've had some okay play there as of late. Mike Sanders still has played decent. And then Benjamin St-Juste is up and down. I think recently he's been a little bit overhated. I didn't think he played terribly in the Giants game. I thought he actually had a solid game. Going up against Malik Neighbors is not an easy task. I know he's a rookie, but I still think the Commanders could use help and add a cornerback. Because then, let's say you add a guy like Lattimore, who the Saints fired their head coach today, Dennis Allen. They've lost 7 straight. They started out 2-0, lost 7 straight, and they're going to be trading some players away. And Lattimore, their Pro Bowl, I believe he was an All-Pro too, is among the players teams have inquired about. That's what Adam Schefter said. So if you trade for him, you can have him on the outside, and then maybe St-Juste on the outside, and then Mike Sanders still in the slot, in the nickel, where he is better suited at playing. He hasn't been playing bad by any means on the outside, but he's naturally a slot guy. He's a smaller guy, so playing on the outside is a little bit tougher for him. That would be a huge addition to the Washington Commanders defense. Someone like Lattimore, I don't know what the trade compensation would be for him. I believe it would probably be something like a day 2-ish pick, maybe a 3rd round pick, maybe later, maybe earlier. Not really sure with, his age and stuff, how teams are going to be looking at it. But I definitely would try to get someone like Lattimore on the squad. Diana Russini, I made a video about this. You can check it out. A couple of days ago. I believe it was on Saturday that I posted this, but the Washington Commanders are calling around in search of a corner. Coach Dan Quinn wants a jolt, and at 6-2 and now 7-2, they need help. And if they want to get past the Eagles, that's what Diana Russini said, and maybe it's true. But right now they are past the Eagles; they're 1 game ahead of them. So for me, or I guess, are they 1 game or half game ahead? Because I think the Eagles had a bye week. But besides the point, the Washington Commanders have had a good season, way better than expected, at least from me. And I know a lot of you guys, there's a few of you guys every year that are very optimistic, so I'm not going to say everyone thought that they weren't going to be at this point. But Diana Russini said they're going to go after a cornerback, or they're looking for one. And then also they're looking for a receiver, according to Jonathan Jones, lead NFL insider for NFL CBS, or NFL on CBS, has 60K on Twitter, X, so has a good following and is a reliable NFL insider that has some sources. So they're looking for a receiver, they're looking for a cornerback. I would say cornerback is a bigger priority for the Commanders than receiver. Noah Brown has been playing pretty well. Zacchaeus, I'm not saying he's number 2, maybe even not a number 3 on a lot of good teams, but he's a good option to have and can make some plays when you need him to. Like, obviously, would you want maybe another receiver on this team? Yeah, but right now the offense is cooking, and I don't think you need to get another guy in that receiver room. You could, but Noah Brown has been really good for them as a 2/3. And yeah, ideally down the line, next year, year after that, maybe you do want to draft a receiver in the 2nd, 3rd round, or sign a mid-tier to good number 2 receiver in free agency. Maybe a T. Higgins, a guy like that who would be an elite number 2 and might be a 1 on a lot of teams. That's something you can do. I don't know if you need to now. I wouldn't mind if they went after a vet, a cheap vet, give up a 6th, 7th round pick for one of these vets, I'm fine with that. I'm fine with that. Cornerback wise, Marshawn Lattimore would be one of my top options. Greg Newsome would also be a top option if I'm the Commanders. A young guy, 24 years old, and a lot of people are like, well, you shouldn't make a trade because you're going to be jeopardizing the future, and this team is still, technically rebuilding or whatever. But they're 7-2, and they could win this year. I'm not saying a Super Bowl, but you never know what happens in January, February. So you'd want to be the best you can. And someone like Greg Newsome, that's different than a Marshawn Lattimore and some of these other guys. Greg Newsome is young. He's 24. So this is a guy that's, if you believe he's good, he's going to be good for you for a while. He can be good for you for a while. You can develop him. You can extend him. So that's not jeopardizing the future at all. And if anything, it's just accelerating your rebuild that's already been accelerated by a lot. Some guys that they could maybe go after at receiver. I just saw this list here. I mean, DK's not getting traded. I doubt Sutton's getting traded. DK being on here is ridiculous. I mean, watch him get traded, but still. Some other names, Darius Slayton, who's a solid receiver for the Giants. Doubt they'll trade him in the division. Jacoby Myers, Raiders, they're not doing well, and they just fired a bunch of coaches. I would say Myers is someone to watch out for. That would be a good option for the Commanders. Mike Williams, a little bit older. He is a bigger receiver, but yeah, he's older, has had a lot of injury issues in the past, so I would probably steer, away from him. Adam Thielen, I wouldn't mind it because it would be so cheap, and the Panthers definitely would be fine trading him away. Kendrick Bourne would be all right, but Adam Thielen for like a 7th, 6th round pick, I'm with that for sure. And I don't believe we have, I think we do have a 6th round pick, but we have a bunch of 7th round picks that we could move for Thielen, and that is something that I would not be opposed to at all. And yeah, there's people saying T. Higgins, blah, blah, blah. He's not getting traded. DK's not getting traded. Those teams are trying to make the playoffs. They're not going to trade their best DK, their best offensive player, and T. Higgins, one of their better offensive players. They're not going to trade, them away. Maybe you can get T. Higgins in the offseason, and there are some solid receivers available, or probably available in the trade deadline this year that you can go after. Like I said, Jacoby Myers would be good, Adam Thielen. Those are kind of the ones that appeal most to me. You're going to be giving away like probably a late day 3 pick for a guy that can help, for guys that can help you right away. It might take them a little bit of time to get accustomed to the offense, but after that, they'll be fine and they can help out a young rookie quarterback. But my priority would be more on defense and adding a cornerback. I know there was rumors about Zadarius Smith. If they want to add Zadarius, that's fine. But personally, I think we're chilling right now. Dorrance Armstrong's good. Dante Fowler's been good for the Commanders. 6.5 sacks, 5.5 sacks, whatever he has. He has a lot. I believe it's 6.5. And then you got Clelin Ferrell, who's solid. And then you got Jean Baptiste, who is the rookie. He's on IR, but he's pretty good as well for 7th round rookie. That was a good pick by Adam Peters. So for me, I would focus more on defense, adding a cornerback. If you have to give up a day 2 pick, a 3rd round pick for one of these top guys, I wouldn't mind it. I know people have been mentioning Myles Garrett, Max Crosby. I don't think it's happening. Myles Garrett, definitely not. Or I don't know. You never know in the NFL, but I just highly doubt those big names get traded. And if they do, you're giving up multiple 1st round picks for both of those guys. So just something to keep in mind as well. But yeah, that is it for today's video. Trade deadline update plus some targets I would look for the Commanders that I think they should go after. And today we'll be posting a video talking about how a lot of players actually want to get traded to the Washington Commanders. And of course, if there's a trade update today, I'll give you guys that too. So thank you guys for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed, and peace.